Hey guys, my name is Marvin, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how you can generate PDF using GlobiFlow with table data coming from a referencing app. So as you can see on my screen, I have this PDF generated with a table for property address, Zestimate amount, Zestimate low range, and Zestimate high range. And these data underneath those headings are coming from a referencing app in my seller leads app, which is the comparables. And as you can see down here, I have 5 comparables, which are essentially these data right here. So before we go any further on this, I'd like to set your expectations that this would require a little bit knowledge on coding on HTML, specifically formatting table. So if you'd like to know more about that, I would suggest that you go to this website, w3schools.com, browse over to learn HTML, and scroll down at the left panel, click on HTML tables, and here is a very short documentation on how you can generate HTML tables. Also, as you might have noticed, I don't have any styling on this table. I don't have any borders. I don't have any background colors for each of my table cells. I don't have any bold fonts or anything like that. But if you'd like to style your table, I would suggest in W3 Schools, learn how you can style your table using CSS, specifically inline CSS. All right, let me close out of this and let's go ahead and take a look at how I set up my apps for this. So in your main app, of course, you will need to have a trigger field, which is a category field to generate your PDF. Now, of course, on your main app, you will need to have another app that would reference your main app that would contain all of the data. Basically, my seller lead app is being referenced by this comparables app, as you can see down here. This is the field, and my goal is to generate a table that would look something like this. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our GlobiFlow. Of course, once you've logged into GlobiFlow, you will need to refresh from Podio so that GlobiFlow will be able to detect any changes you've made in your workspace apps. And then just go to your main apps, which is in my case, my seller leads app. Create a flow that will trigger when an item is updated. And of course, the filters will be the category field that you've added, and if it's equal to the generate PDF option. All right. So on the actions part, first thing that you'll need to do is you'll need to collect all of the referencing item for your main item. So all of my comparables referencing this particular lead right here, I will need to collect first. So that's a get reference action from my comparables app. The direction is reversed since we are doing the flow in our seller leads app, which is our main app, and the relationship field is from comparables app going back to the seller leads app. So if the relationship field is on seller leads app and then that's referencing my comparables app, direction will be forward. And using the field related seller, which is basically this field right here, then the next action for us will be to create a new variable which will hold our table code. So just name your variable whatever you like. I named mine table, and this will be the code. So double quote less than sign table, and then space style equals / double quote with colon space 100%, semicolon / double quote greater than sign less than sign t-body greater than sign double quote. So what this code means is that I am declaring a table with a CSS style of with 100%. So basically my table will occupy the entire width of my PDF. And inside my table, I will have a body. So this is table body. And then create a new variable. Grab your table variable from the token selector. Just type in var and then click this and then type in dot, double quote, less than sign, tr, greater than sign, double quote. So what this means is that we are parsing this code with this code. tr means table row. So basically inside the t body of our table, we need one row. So if I go back to my PDF right here, this will be our first row. All right, hope that makes sense. And then our next code will be again to parse in a couple more codes in our variable table. So inside our table row, we need table data. So that's TD. Grab your variable table dot double quote less than sign TD greater than sign property address less than sign slash TD greater than sign double quote. So basically what we are saying is that inside the table row, I need one data or one cell that would contain the text property address. So within our row, we have one cell that contains the property address. And then another cell that would contain this estimate amount. So basically it's the same code, just paste it right down below on your second variable declaration and then type in the estimate amount instead of property address. So our second cell will be this one, third cell will be this one, fourth cell will be this one. So this is our second cell, third cell, fourth cell. And then finally, we close our table row and you close that by grabbing the tr tag right here, paste it down below, just add a slash in front of the word tr. All right. Now, after our heading, so basically what we've declared is we've declared our table headings. We need the data on the next row. So as you might have guessed already, we will declare another row. But before that, we need to loop through all of the data that we've collected on our get reference item action. So you need a for each loop and then do below for each item that we've collected. What will happen is that this loop will go through each of the data right here, create a row for each of the items, and then would format that row to match the headings. So our first variable after the for loop will be to open up a row again, and then create a new cell. But instead of having the word property address, what we would need to do is after the first TD, close the quotation out and then dot and then select your referencing item here, get the token and then dot and then quotation, close out your TD by copying this, paste it right here and then put a slash before the word TD, then close out this quotation. All right, cool. And then on our next cell, which will be for the estimate amount, which is this one. This one is a little bit complicated since the estimate amount is a number field. So if I go to my comparables app, it's a money field actually. And the nature of PHP coding is that you cannot parse a number directly to a string. So what we are doing as of right now is we are creating strings with our code for the tables, but this token right here, the estimate amount, is a number. So what we would want to do is make that number a string first before we parse our code in. So what would you do is that you close the token out in a parentheses, and inside that, in front of the token, typecast it to a string by doing this. So open parenthesis, string, then close parenthesis, and then your token, and then the close parentheses. and then basically just grab this code, put it in front of the open parenthesis, grab this code, put it at the end of the parenthesis. Okay, basically same thing with the estimate low range, since it's also a number field. Same thing with estimate high range for me, which is also a number field. For property address, that is a string, so we didn't need to typecast that as a string. And then at the end, of course, we need to close our row so that after one loop, it will open another row for our next data to be parsed in. Okay, so and then you continue the end for each, and then after the continue, you would want then to close your table body. So you do that by declaring tbody and then close out the table. All right, cool. And then, of course, the last flow will be to create our PDF. So we just grab the create PDF action, declare your file name. My orientation for this is landscape, so that looks good. Table looks good in landscapes, especially if you have long strings like addresses or note fields, something like that. And then just put in your variable right here. So if we try to preview this, Mary Jones, as you can see, it's generating our table, opening the PDF, and looks exactly the same that we have in here. So let's try it out. I'll save this flow. I'll close out this one. I will remove this test PDF. So I will unselect first the trigger so that it's not selected, and then if I select this, should be able to generate a PDF. There you go. It's not attached, but basically just need to refresh. And it's a PDF. And we get the same thing. Right? Hope that makes sense. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys later. Bye bye.